If you're new here, welcome. Everybody's new. This channel is new. So if you like reviews, but you don't, if you want all the fancy analysts and people with degrees to tell you what movie you should like and what not to like, then this ain't the channel. If you want to be just me and you riding in the car, honey, and we talking about the movie, good or bad, that's what this is for. We just saw the movie. We in the car. We talking about it. Who don't do that? After the movie is when you talk about it the most, right? There is no flashbacks. There's no preview. There's nothing when you have just watched the movie and you're sitting with your friends and you're talking about it. Yep, that's how I drink it. Cheers. Oh. All right, let's get right to it. You know I need my glasses. You know I write it down because I'm not going to remember. And I'm not a critic, so it's not going to be verbatim. I'm not getting you exciting flashbacks. None of that. I'm not doing none of that. I might do it though. Because my next video is going to be my 5 worst and 5 best movies of 2021. And it's going to be interesting. Sure is. If you have my granddaughter in the background, don't pay no attention. She just freeloading. All right, so the beginning. Oh, they was in South Africa. It was 1902. They were in a concentration camp. Now, at first I was like, okay, is this a concentration camp? Because these people look sad and thin, and it just won't right. And I was like, are we? And then I had to think, wait, this is England, and you know, it's not the United States. So I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, okay. So it's in 1902. It's in South Africa, and it's a concentration camp. And it's ran by, what is the guy's name? I don't know his name, but y'all know him from the Eddie Murphy movie. He was the dragon. What was the name of that? Golden Dagger? No, it wasn't Golden Dagger. Something that had to do with the Golden Boy? Or I don't know. Eddie Murphy, he was the dragon guy. So anyway, he was the general of the camp. And right from the beginning, they got us, right? Right from the beginning, the wife. Okay, so I knew something was gonna happen. I was like, oh Lord, please don't go in that concentration camp, honey. You shouldn't be in that type of atmosphere. Why are you traveling with your husband to places like this? So I'm like, oh my goodness, what's happening? Then she told the little boy, you know, don't, in a nutshell, because I don't know the words verbatim what she said. I don't have the script. She said something on the lines of, don't get in men's wars. Men will always forever disappoint you. Now wait, is that me saying that, or did she say that? Something about men. Anyway, oh my goodness. So she was going in a concentration camp. And what is it with people leaving their child? And well, I guess it was good that she left him in the carriage. He was with the right hand man. He was with him. I already figured he was probably the right hand man. I think his name is what's his name? The guy that Shola. I think it was Shola. Anyway, he was with Shola, and she was coming into the camp, and the shooter came from nowhere, honey. The shooter came from nowhere. They just started shooting, and he shot my boy in the leg, the Duke in the leg. I was like, oh my God, what's happening? What's happening? Somebody get that shooter. Can somebody get the shooter? And so I'm like, lady, get down. You're gonna get shot. And the Duke said, go get the boy, save him, because all they was thinking about was their son, which anybody would have done. Okay, so she got up to go save him, and poor thing, she got shot in the stomach. So it started off sad, honey. It completely started off sad. But your boy Shola, he went over there, and of course he killed him. I was like, yes, honey, get him. And then the baby was running to his daddy, and his mom was covered up. It was so sad. I was like, why things always gotta start off sad? Y'all know I don't like sad stuff. But then, and that's number one. Okay, so number two, the cast. You know, I gotta put my glasses back on. And I got these lashes on because I'm going somewhere today. And I can't, the lash and the glass, they ain't matching. Okay, it's not matching. Anyway, let's talk about the cast. So we got the Duke of Oxford, and he's Ralph Fiennes. Anyway, I only know him from Harry Potter. You know, he was the bad guy, Lord Voldemort or Voldemort. Anyway, he was the bad guy. I liked him in that. And he's been in other movies, but I know him from Harry Potter. Then you have Conrad, which is his son, and he's played by a man named Hans Dickinson. But then I was like, wait a minute, I've seen him before. Even though he looks so young and handsome, I've seen him before. He is in Magnificent, the second one. He's the prince that marries her stepdaughter. So yeah, he's from that. Then you have Polly, bad girl. You know what? She coming to represent in 1902. Yes, honey. Yeah, she's the glue that puts it all together. She's from the Prince of Persia. And then, you know, Shola is Digimon. Yeah. Well, he's from the Marvel movie. He was in that, the first one. He was in you know what Marvel movie I'm talking about. Rasputin. He was played by I hope I'm pronouncing. I don't pronounce none of the names right. Just get used to it. I don't pronounce nobody's name right. Okay. His name is Ifans. Okay. He was also in Harry Potter. Okay. Why do I like the bad guys? He was off the chain. We're gonna talk about him later, but he was off the chain. Okay, so number 3, World War I is the goal, and usually I don't like war movies because I don't see nothing entertaining about. Because most war movies are like actual, you know, they took it from history. And if I'm looking at something, I look at a documentary when I'm in the mood. You in the mood for sadness, right? You in the mood to be uprising, and you in the mood for when you want to cry. You know, so most of the time I'm in the mood to be entertained. I like it fun. I like it. I love horror movies. So just get ready if you're a horror movie fan. Soon as one come out, I'll let you know. Soon as a good horror movie come out, I will let you know. Anyway, but I like action. I like fun. That's the type of entertainment I like. Anyway, so it was around World War I. So at first I was like, ooh, I don't know. It's serious. It's serious. So this movie had a lot of pieces to it. Okay, number 4. So the Duke promised his wife in the beginning that he would keep his son away from war. Let's see how that works out. Right? Because children think they know everything. They think they know better. And sometimes you got to let them make their mistakes, no matter how heartbroken or sad or how much you don't want to do it. Right? But yeah, he wanted to serve his country. Number 5, let's talk about the villains. Oh my goodness. Number 1 villain in the movie to me, even though he was not the number 1 villain, the number one villain to me, and I know you know what I'm going to say, Rasputin. Okay, let's talk about some of his highlights, because, baby, he had a few. He should have been the end. He should have been the top villain to me. You let me know below if he was the top villain to you. Okay. Whoever this actor is, because you know I've seen him in Harry Potter, but I think he was made up, so I don't know. But he played this. Not only was he hilarious, he was disgusting at the same time. They know he liked men and women, especially little boys. So he sent his son to like try to seduce him, right? That didn't work. He saw right through that. He was like, no. This is an all-natural bamboo straw. So I'm trying to save the environment. Are you? Anyway. So he said, no, I'm not playing your games. So, of course, he went in the room with the Duke. Okay, so you know the Duke got shot, right? So he had a big old scar on his leg. First, they tried to poison him with the cake, the pastry, and he ate the whole thing because he's nasty and he's disgusting. He ate the whole thing. So, you know, you expected him to die and be poisoned or whatever. But when he licked the Duke's wound and was rubbing his leg, and the Duke, the funniest thing is how the Duke was reacting to it. He was ready to tell him everything he wanted to know. He felt so good on what he was doing to his leg, and he cured him. If I don't watch nothing else over and over again when that movie comes to where I can watch it again, I'm watching that scene over and over again. I promise you, over and over again, because both of them was hilarious. The way the Duke responded, and then although he wanted to go out the room and tell them, you know, he wanted to get cured and get in that water too. So you torn between what you know you should be doing and what you won't. I said, well, honey, you know, we women used to seeing that type of reaction from a man, right? Y'all don't know what to do. Anywho, so that scene was hilarious. And then everything about Rasputin's scene from the time he walked into that castle till he was killed. Every scene he was in, I loved it. Every scene. He stole the movie. So just let me know if you, and don't forget, spoiler alert, I'm only look at my movie, only look at my reviews when you've actually seen the movie. Okay, so the second villain, who was supposed to be the top villain, was they called him the Shepherd. Yeah, they called him the Shepherd. His whole thing was starting a war with England so he could massacre and kill all of England. All of England. He was Scottish and he hated England. Now, I already guessed he was the bad guy. Let me know if you guessed it. I guessed it the minute he walked in there with the colonel or general. I knew it as soon as he walked in there with the general. I was like, you look sneaky. You look like a little snake crawling behind him. You the villain. I knew it. I knew it. Let me know if you knew it. Okay, so number 6, let's talk about Conrad. Oh my goodness, honey. First, I was so sad. I said, please, Lord. They had my nerves all messed up because I was like, please don't let nothing happen to him on the battlefield. But I'm going to talk about that battlefield scene further along when I talk about action, so I don't want to mix them two together. He wanted to go serve his country so bad. All young people need to go look at that and say, you know what? I should have listened to my parents, my guardian, that person who was telling me not to do that, because we have already done it, honey. So we're trying to warn you. But you know what? Like I said, some people got to walk in their own mud before they see it's dirty. You can walk in the mud all day long and bring him the shoe and say, see this mud? Don't walk in that. See, it got you dirty, but it might not get me dirty. Okay, no problem. So my baby just had to go out to war. He was really serious about it. And him and his daddy, that was the only conflict they had. And his daddy tried everything in his power to keep him off that battlefield. And in the time that Conrad knew it, it was way too late. So when he was sitting there crying his tail off to that man who got blowed up, which we don't know, he's just a sad actor, so I don't know who he is, but he got blowed up, and he cried to that man like a baby. He cried to that man like a baby, and it was sad. But the saddest part of all, I sat there and I said, please tell me if y'all said this too. I sat right there and said, please tell them your real name. Something said, soon as that guy started talking Scottish, it's Scottish. Yeah. Soon as he starts talking with that accent, I said, please don't tell them your fake name. Please, at this moment, it is irrelevant. Nothing they can do. It's nothing they can do. You did everything you need to do. You went to war. You didn't save the life. What they gonna say? Oh, we're gonna court-martial you. You want to be in war. They ain't gonna say nothing. At that moment, why didn't you tell them your name, baby? I just knew something bad was gonna happen. They tricked us with you getting out of that battlefield, and then and when he shot him, they showed it all in slow motion, made me cry. I felt sick. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This man ain't gonna be able to handle this. And when he couldn't handle it, y'all see he was a mess. And evidently he was like that for a while because he had a beard and everything. The man was toe up from the floor up. So you think I felt it. I already knew he was going to be messed up. I said, Lord Jesus, this man ain't going to make it. This man ain't going to, okay, see, that's nasty. See, y'all see my dish stuff and everything. It's just nasty. Anyway, let's move on. So Conrad, I told you about him. Okay, let's talk about number 7, Shota. Shota? I don't know. He was a right-hand man from the beginning. He'd been to war with he's been to war and back with the Duke. So, you know, he's been his right-hand man. He was a great fighter. But his best scene, see, this is what I'm talking about. I done told y'all this before. When they show the credits, sometimes it messes up. I mean, not messes up. It didn't mess up. Sometimes our expectations is already there and it's gone because you showed us they do this when they think they movie ain't going. This is one thing about me, and I'm a consumer. I love entertainment. I love going to the movies. I love it. When they shut the movies down, they might as well have just took away my whole entire world because I love going to the movies. I might not remember everybody's character or name, but I love going to the movies. And they just mess me all up when they keep putting the best scenes in the trailer. It's getting to the point now I don't even want to see the trailer. If it's a movie I want to see, I'm going to see it. So anyway, his best fighting scene was the fighting scene that they showed when he jumped up and cut the man's head off. It was the best scene. And that scene was funny too because it wasn't funny that he cut his head off. It was kind of funny though. But you got to see how you didn't see the movie. You seen how the bad guy was going down to blackmail the president. Mr. President, why you got the curtain open? She tore your mind up that bad. You got the curtain open and everything. I didn't even know in 1902 a woman knew how to do that. So I learned something new. And you got the curtain open. See, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all stupid. Anyway, I'm sorry. Y'all not stupid. That wasn't right. Anyway, so Holly, let's talk about her. She's number 8. Holly was my girl. You know, she was the glue that kept everything together. She told homeboy, get yourself together or I'm going. I'm out of here. And you know they had a little thing. unwritten, unruled, because his white picture was there. You know, I'm like, you know what? Look. I know you're still mourning your wife, but is we got something going on or what? Because I can't keep looking at her. Because, you know, I might want to get a little busy. And I can't get busy with your wife's, you know, picture right there. Big as day. Okay? So, I know back then, y'all, when y'all loved y'all first wife, it was like they picture everywhere and everything. Now, you better have trace a picture anywhere. Ain't that the way it is? Have a picture somewhere if you want to. Wrong. Anyway, so Holly was the glue. She was just as bad as everybody else. Now she didn't do. I like the fact that they didn't make it unrealistic, like her seriously hand-to-hand combat fighting somebody. I got a gun. I'm shooting you. I ain't doing loud talking. Bam. Thank you, ma'am. That's what I do. Then they got their little spy network. That was good. I love that. I love that. And that is the true introduction to the Kingsmen. Okay, so the action, number 9. Well, excuse me. Okay, I already told you about the Rasputin. I can't say his name. I already told you about that part. But I told you about the funniest part. But now the action part. When he was dance fighting, it was the best fight scene in that entire movie. The last villain guy was nothing compared to the Rasputin part. That he was everything. That was so good. It was excellent. So that's the best part of the fighting, of the action. The scene on the battlefield. So let's talk about that. The scene on the battlefield. Oh my goodness. When they both had to be quiet, because no matter what, both sides would have started shooting. They didn't care who they were shooting at or what they were shooting at. If something moved, they shot it. When they was fighting with swords, knives, the guy with the hammer? Oh, was it a hammer? No, it was more than a hammer. What's them things that you hit? Oh my gosh. I can't think of the name of it, but it's not a hammer. It's a, put it down below if you know what I'm talking about. He was bone crushing. He ain't play no games. He ain't play no games whatsoever. They were fighting their tail off. Conrad, if it weren't for the fact that he was taught by my boy how to do hand-to-hand combat, he would have been towed up. Because them guys was getting towed up. But that sledgehammer. The guy with the sledgehammer almost had him though. Okay, that sledgehammer, you can hit me one time, my bone broke. I can't move. He hit the guy in the knee, the guy did gone. It was like, okay, it's a wrap. Go ahead and hit me in my head. I'm ready. Because, honey, I can't get up. I'm tore up from the floor up. So when he was fighting him, if it weren't for that captain man, I'm calling him captain because I do not know his rank, honey. He went on and shot him. He had to because he was about to kill the guy. And then it was on and popping. That's when he was running. And then he just started crying like a baby. I would have been cried. Okay. I would have been cried. Boo-hooing like a child. Sure would have. So the battlefield scene was excellent. So those were the best scenes. Okay. So number 9. What was it all about? Well, in a nutshell for me, it was about greedy cousins who showed how being rich and not being brought up right, like that's what the mother was saying to the son, that you can be rich, but you can care about people and put others before yourself. Give as well as receive. And the only cousin who did that was the I think it was the King of England, and who the Duke was, you know, rooting for, and he became a king's man. So it just shows you family, honey. Family can be your worst enemy. And it's sad. It really is. So that's what it boiled down to, that the villain hated England for Scotland, so it was all his own personal vendetta, and the other kings failed because they listened to the wrong people. If you ain't got the right people in your life, honey, putting those words in your ear, I told y'all, energy. You got to have the right people in your circle. And that's why my circle is that big. It is. I don't have my bracelet on today, y'all, but I'm going to ring this bell. I'm so mad I don't have my bracelet on. But it didn't go with this outfit. And the outfit trumps everything. What was my final rating? Well, you know I do 1 to 10. This was an 8. It was an 8. So, that's my review. The Queen's review, honey. So join me next for my top 5 worst and my top 5 best movies of 2021. And I may even throw in some clips. Whatever. Bye.